They only came third by clinching the bronze. Now, after 2.5 months apart, they've just started training together again. They're planning some guest appearances at major ice events and are considering entering next winter's World Professional Championships. This is your chance to talk to Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean, but first, let's see them in action. Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean there in Barnum, and now they are here in the studio. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Now, listen, the World Professional Championships, is this another comeback?
We just did them, actually. I mean, you said next year,
Oh,
but we just came from them last year. They were in December,
yes.
Which we went and did in the States.
And how did you feel about that, given that you had... you would have been disappointed to get the bronze in the Olympics. I'm sure you were hoping for another gold.
Well, that's what we went there for.
So were you apprehensive about doing this a second time round?
Well, this is the professional ranks, and that's actually leaving the amateur and the Olympic ranks. But going to compete again, because we hadn't competed...
Exactly. You've been doing things that we've just seen.
Absolutely, yeah. To go and compete again, it was quite daunting when we actually were in the building. We did the whole preparation, and we were happy about it and how it was going, but then when we got there on the night and the people were there and it was the anticipation of having to go out and do a good performance again against some of the top competitors from previous Olympics.
Well, the couple that was second in the Olympics were also in the same event too, so we had some good stiff competition, didn't we?
And how did you do?
Oh, we did.
We came first. We did better.
Oh, you're only first. Only first. So this wasn't a bad comeback at all.
No.
No.
But why do you do it? Why don't you now stick to the entertainment side of this? Is there something you can't get out your system here?
Well,
I think that did it, actually.
Yes, I think that was the last lot of competitions. But there has been a tremendous interest in America in the professional circuit. There was many professional events and competition during the autumn, winter.
The networks are putting out so much
every
TV.
weekend,
and they cover it live and they put it on
live, and then packaged events like that. And there's so much to do, and I'm really surprised that TV over here haven't picked any of them up.
But it brings together all the best skaters in one or two evenings. So it is great entertainment, but it has the element of competition too. And we could have done probably 10 events last year. We chose to do 3 professional competitions, and we found that was enough stress.
So British Television, which is looking around for sporting events right now and competing like that, do you think they're missing out on this at the moment?
Well, I think the thing is that there are a lot of American stars in it. But we go and compete in it. But I think if it's presented, it's still entertainment, and I think people will tune into them, and that may even encourage then those skaters to come back to this country and then put on live events.
Are the Americans taking over ice skating?
I mean, it's very popular, and they have a lot of great skaters, but we also get a lot of champions from Russia. Between the two countries, they tend to dominate overall.
You do now?
Yes.
Well, we've got some email from America coming in from a Marge Tisher, who says, I'd like to know if Jane and Chris have any plans to do a one-off this year, perhaps a small show in one place for a limited run. We'd love to have them on the east coast of America. Yeah, we'd like to go to America. We did, the tour that we had last year did go to America. But limited cities, because there are so many shows out there and they have protection clauses around them, so it's very difficult to book a tour. But we possibly the beginning of next year we may turn up in a few shows here and there. All right, Marge, watch your local newspaper and television to see when they turn up. I'm interested in this business of competition and the entertainment side. In order, do you think, to keep an entertainment profile, do you need to be seen to be competing as well? As the competition has the edge on something, doesn't it? I don't really think so. But that's what seems to attract the television
stations to put it out.
I think it's
especially
been
at that time of day when
yeah.
you normally have sports. To keep it a sport, they have to have this element of competition
It's
in
slotted, it's very categorized, and then the sports network tend to do the skating as opposed to the entertainment. And so, and I think you're right, I think the public do like to see at the end of the day that it's not just been a show, that they actually like to see a winner or somebody crowned and a medal given away or a check received or something
Yeah.
like that.
Has the competition got tougher?
Well, certainly the standard of skating has improved tremendously over the years. I mean, when we first started competing in the Olympics in 1980, I think the winners were doing double jumps, and now they're attempting to do quadruple jumps, you know. So as far as that goes, it's improving all the time. And certainly in the ice dancing, you know, people are pushing the boundaries and breaking the rules all over the place.
Breaking the rules too? What
Well,
do
they
you
keep
mean?
changing the
we
rules
don't
in
know
competition.
nothing about breaking. Definitely within.
see.
If someone breaks the rule the following year, or there's something that's like they're not quite sure, the following year there's a definite rule about, oh, you can't do this step or move.
And how is Britain in this sport now? We've had famous names, but are we losing out to this stiffer competition?
I think so at the moment. We have peaks and troughs. We had a great run through the John Curry years, Robin Cousins, then us, and so that was sort of 3 consecutive Olympics where we had a lot of success, and I think that really brought it home. And I mean, a judge of that is that the amount of sports centres around the country started building ice rinks as opposed to swimming pools. And now, when we started, there were something like 11 ice rinks, and I think there is 50+ ice rinks now.
And that's the result of the popularity of the sport.
I think so. I think that's the result of it. But having said that, that I don't think we necessarily have a scheme in place that is the seed for the upcoming, for the young talent to develop it.
Right, let's